We're honest when we give our takes on AEW Dynamite. It is Wednesday night, February 19th, 2025, and this is your AEW Dynamite review here tonight. Hopefully, everything goes well on the technical standpoint of this show here on Skype. Hope it goes well. I'm sitting by the modem box, and hopefully that works this week. We had a good show tonight in Phoenix. I enjoyed it. And for the people who say that, you know, AEW doesn't they don't have all they do is wrestle. They don't tell stories. In my honest opinion, this was a very story-driven show. So to break that down with me tonight, we got my good friend Cameron Johnson and a great wrestling analyst in the wrestling community. Cam, what's going on, dude? How are you? How's it? What did you think of AEW tonight? But man, what's chopping, dude?
What is going on, man? What is going on? I'm glad to actually be talking to sorry about the echo. I don't know why I'm echoing. I have headphones in. So if I'm echoing, I'm sorry. I don't know why. I have headphones in. But anyway, man, glad I get to come on here and talk to like an actual wrestling fan because I've been talking to E Jones the past this week, and E Jones have been pissing me off. They've been getting on my nerves. So the E Jones legitimately piss me off. They get on my nerves. I cannot. If you watch WWE, that's fine. If you watch WWE, I would say that's fine. I'm not getting on you if you do. But don't comment on shit you don't know nothing about. If you strictly watch WWE, stay in that lane. I don't watch TNA, so I don't comment on what the fuck TNA's doing. I don't. I don't keep up with TNA, so I don't comment on what the fuck TNA's doing. If you don't watch what AEW is doing, stop commenting on AEW. Stop it. Stop it. Stop commenting on AEW. Please stop. Please stop. Okay. I don't know. That's like me who doesn't watch baseball coming out here trying to have a conversation with y'all about the Phillies. I don't know
Yes,
what the fuck the Phillies are doing. I don't know. I don't watch. So
right.
I don't. But nah, Dynamite tonight was a very good show. Very good show. AW continues their trend of very good. AW continues their trend of very good shows. Collision has quickly become the second best wrestling show of the week. Don't let anybody tell you different. If you watch the product, if you watch Collision, Collision has become the second best wrestling show of the week. It's Raw, and then it's Collision. Dynamite has been behind that at number three. Dynamite the past few weeks has been very, very good. It's been very, very enjoyable on the road to Revolution. The matches that we're getting at Revolution, because I'm gonna tell Joseph the matches that I think we're getting for Revolution. They look absolutely sick, and I can't wait. This pay per view once again is going to be great. So
Well, I think while watching the product and what's been developing the last couple weeks, we pretty much do have a good idea of what's going to take place at the pay per view and the big headlining matches tonight. Um, we'll get into it towards the end with the Kenny Omega Takeshita stuff. I personally believe that there's no need for the international title series that they're doing right now. That's just my opinion. Um, but there's other stuff on the show and leading into the pay per view that I absolutely love. And one of them is going to be the first thing we talk about. But if you claim to be a wrestling fan and you shit all over AEW just because they're not the WWE and you just don't watch wrestling on Wednesday night and you just don't like AEW because they're not WWE, just stay in your lane and just watch WWE. I love both promotions, but there's clearly people out there that just can't keep their tribalism controlled, and it's been going on for years. And quite frankly, it's so tiring, dude. It's so tiring. But um, we're gonna get into the show very quickly. I thank you guys so much for joining us tonight here on the channel. Before we get into Dynamite tonight, be sure to go ahead and check out some podcasts. In the past couple of days, we did Vengeance Day and Grand Slam on Sunday. So go ahead and check that out. And we did a Monday Night Raw on Monday, which I thought was a very good show. So be sure to go ahead and check that podcast out. But of course, don't do that until you've watched the entirety of this AEW Dynamite review podcast. So tonight they were from Phoenix, Arizona. Really quickly, I don't know about you, man, but I loved the venue tonight. It looked freaking packed in there, which is awesome. It's what you want to see. Um, these small venues, they got to keep running them, man, because it looked great tonight in there. So, um, I just had to say that before the show because it looked awesome in there tonight. So shout out to the people of Phoenix, Arizona. We opened with MJF and Adam Page face to face, and last week they had a excellent brawl, which went to the backstage, which went to the crowd, and they had to be separated by multiple security guards, which led to a face to face tonight. And we have MJF and we have Adam Page out there. MJF says the first ever match in AEW was a casino battle royal for the winner to get his chance to become the inaugural AEW World Champion. That was the biggest chance of my career, my young career, and Hangman, you took that away from me. But it's okay because months later, we wrestled each other again on TNT, where I became the Dynamite Diamond Ring holder. And since then, I'm a 6-time Dynamite Diamond Ring holder, an international champion, and the longest and best reigning AEW World Champion of all time. And Hangman says that all you've had to do to get up there, all you did was cheat. You weaseled your way, you schemed your way. And the best part about this is MJF talks about how Adam Page has done some very bad things himself in the past. And a guy in the crowd said he did nothing wrong. So that set MJF off. And he's like, oh, he burned a man's house down. He put a singe in a man's mouth.
He
Uh,
was justified. He was justified. Hey,
yes,
my cowboy didn't do nothing wrong. He was justified. Swerve Strickland broke into that man's house. Broke into that man's house. Looked at his newborn baby. I think he called the baby ugly. I think he said that's one ugly baby, something like that. But he broke into Swerve broke into that man's house. Hangman Page did nothing wrong. He did nothing wrong. My cowboy ain't do nothing wrong. Just like Kevin Owens on SmackDown. Kevin Owens is justified. He ain't do nothing wrong. He has done nothing wrong. Y'all just hating on him. Kevin
yes,
Owens, Hangman Page, they've done absolutely nothing wrong. I'm tired of people shitting on Hangman talking about he did nah. My cowboy did no wrong. My cowboy knows no wrong. My cowboy got a good heart. He knows what he's doing in his heart. That's my cowboy. Okay, go ahead.
yes,
I'm sorry.
sir. Yes, sir. So Hangman indeed is justified, but then MJF brings up Christopher Daniels, and oh, Hangman did not like that. He's like, Christopher Daniels is 10 times the man you'll ever be. He's done things that you've never done in this business, which has shed blood for the fans, for the boys and girls in the back. We're standing in this ring today because of men like Christopher Daniels. I think MJF called him a low life jobber before Hangman he set Hangman off, and then um, the segment ends. They just walk around the ring. They pretend they're gonna fight, and MJF spits in this guy's face, and he walks away. So they couldn't touch tonight, and then it was made official for Revolution. We're indeed getting that match between Adam Page and MJF. This was fantastic. The crowd loved it. Babyface Adam Page is slowly but surely coming back. He's also said that he's lied 100 times in the last year, but he's never lied to the fans. That man loves the fans, and this was fantastic. The match was made for Revolution. Adam Page versus MJF. Cam, your thoughts on the first segment on the show tonight?
AEW does not usually start off with 15-minute promos, but I love this. I love this segment here. I thought the segment was great. It is amazing to me how good MJF is when you give him a feud that's not completely dog shit. When you don't have him in there working with Jeff Jarrett, and you don't have him in there working with Adam Cole, a feud that nobody gives a shit about anymore. It's amazing to me how good MJF still is when that happens. And quite frankly, I'm going quite frankly with MJF. This is the MJF I expect to see every week. I'm tired of MJF because I'm tired. Makes me mad to know that he's capable of this, but yet most weeks he's just out there phoning it in. That makes me. I feel some type of way about that as a wrestling fan.
Yeah.
But this segment here was great. I thought this was. But this segment here was great. I thought this was a really good segment. Hangman Page, I like the regret that he had throughout a lot of the segment where he was talking about Christopher Daniels. You know, when he was talking about Christopher Daniels, I like that because I like that. I like that with Hangman because Hangman is starting to go back big. I like that with Hangman because Hangman is starting to go back babyface. So I really did enjoy that. And then we're getting Hangman and MJF at Revolution, which I am happy for. I'm happy they pivoted because I was scared they were going to do MJF and Jeff Jarrett at this show. I was legitimately scared. So thankfully they pivoted. Jeff Jarrett has not been on television in I don't know how long, but keep it that way. Oh, I'm sorry, Jeff Jarrett. I love you, Jeff Jarrett. I do. I love you. I do. I love my world. I do. I love you. I do. But I love you, I do, but in 2025, yeah, this was not working. Going to work for MJF. So I'm glad we got him out of that. And this MJF Hangman for you should be a lot of fun. This promo segment hooked me, so I can't
Yes.
wait.
Yes, this is indeed the right direction going into the pay-per-view. And who goes over? I have no idea. That's the good thing about this. It's unpredictable. I don't know who wins at the pay-per-view. But we'll find out in the couple of weeks. We'll probably have a better idea of this. So that was definitely the best thing on the show tonight. But we transitioned from that to our first match of the night, which was Christian Cage and the Patriarchy versus the Ops. Samoa Joe, Hook, and Shibata. They got new theme music. They got a new name, which is the Ops. No gimmicks, no BS, just violence. This is probably my favorite trio in AEW. They're so fun, dude, and they're so cool too. Uh,
Favorite trio in AEW.
they
I,
are.
but you, do I need, do I need to have them boys pay you a visit?
Who?
We hurt people, man. Come on now.
They're not a trio. They're a tag team.
Okay, I'll let you get away with that. Okay, I guess you technically right. I guess you technically right. Okay,
Yeah.
I guess you technically right. I was about to say,
Yeah.
I thought you were disrespecting the Hurt Syndicate. I was about to say, don't make me have them boys come down there and visit you. Don't
Yeah.
make me have Big Bob appear at your doorstep. I was
Yeah.
about to say, okay, all right,
You're
okay,
trying
all
to you're trying to one up me on here. I know.
right.
I know. Um. So the ops are awesome. Basically, this match, the story of this match was Christian Cage was sacrificing Nick Wayne and Kip Sabian the whole match so he could avoid Samoa Joe. He was basically a chicken shit heel the whole match. Wouldn't tag in. He only tagged in when like Hook was in. He prevented Joe the whole match, and the baby faces won. They all had the red rum in. Joe was just standing in the ring. Christian was about to get in, but he saw what was happening and he bailed. And the other two passed out. And Joe, Hook, and Shibata win the match. It was fine, but this is probably leading towards Samoa Joe versus Christian Cage at Revolution. But um, I feel like the bigger picture is not that match. The bigger picture is Christian Cage, and he's still holding that contract that he wanted all in. I feel like that's going to be used sooner rather than later. Um, Thoughts on this match and we weren't here last week. So thoughts on the Ops trio with Joe, Hook, and Shibata?
Hook for the remainder of first off Hook. I know Hook was like that. I know Hook had game like that. Hook. You know what I'm talking about, Hook. I know you had game like that. I know you had game like that, Hook. I saw a picture of you at the Knicks game with I forgot his name. I was like, hold on, wait a minute. So I know Hook had it like that. So first off, Hook, I know you had game like that, Hook. I know. I know. Second of all, Hook, you should forever be in debt for just Mojo and Shibata for what they have done for your career. I'm so dead ass. Mojo and Shibata are gonna save your career because I have not been a fan of Hook since I have not been a fan of Hook for a very long time. But hopefully this trio with Samoa Joe and Shibata can fix that. Samoa Joe, even at his older age of 45 years old, is still awesome. Samoa Joe can go in there. Samoa Joe can go in there and still beat the fuck out of people, and it is absolutely great to see. That's what we saw here, and that's what we saw here. And run Christian and Joe at Revolution. That's what I do. Run that match at Revolution. That's what I do. Run it at Revolution. But speaking of Christian Cage, I think Christian Cage is walking out of Revolution with the world title. But we can talk about that later.
I don't know, man. I, I'm having a hard time with it. I don't know. We will talk about that later. We can get into that a little bit. Um, we move on to the street fight with Big Bill and Powerhouse Hobbs. This should have been the main event on the show, no doubt in my mind.
I
Um,
agree with that. This should have been the main event.
yeah, 100%. This was great. This should have even been on the pay per view, to be quite frank. Um, this was like I really enjoyed this. Good stuff. They used everything you could think of: chairs, tables. Um, they used a wrench. Hobbs got busted open by a wrench from Big Bill. Um, Big Bill had that backpack that he's been carrying around for a couple weeks now. We finally saw what was in there. It was bricks, and the ending of the match was there was steel steps on the stage. Hobbs was continuously slamming his head into the steps. He pushes Big Bill off these steps, and he goes through a table with barbed wire on them. There's another table sitting there, but he overshoot that table. And I guess in AEW street fights, you can win by knockout. So the referee counts to 10. Powerhouse Hobbs wins. I thought this was great. I enjoyed this a lot. And this definitely should have been the main event of the show. Uh, Go ahead, Cam. The floor is yours, dude.
I agree with that. I agree with that. I think this should have been the main event of the show. And I told Chris on the watch along tonight when this match was coming up next. I was like, damn. I was like, damn. This should have been in the main event. I would have put this in the main. I told him that before the match started that I would have had this in the main event. I've been a very big fan of the Hobbs Big Bill feud. I am a big believer in Big Bill. I think to see where he was in WWE, to see where he was in WWE, where he was getting a push because he's big, and we know Vince McMahon loves his big tall guys. We know Vince McMahon loves his blondes and his big tall guys. We know Vince McMahon loves those. So it boggled. So we know. So he was doing good work in WWE, I thought, and then he got fired. Obviously, I think he got fired. Obviously, and then and then he got fired, and then he had some person, and then he got fired, and then he had some personal stuff. Then he was doing some personal stuff, but I'm happy he's been able to turn his career around. I'm a big believer in Big Bill. I would put the team. That's who I would have Daniel Garcia lose the TNT title to personally. I'm all in for Big Bill TNT title run. And they need to break him away from Chris Jericho. Get Big Bill away from Chris Jericho. Get him away from Chris Jericho because Big Bill is money, and I've been enjoying this power, and I've been enjoying this Hobbs and Big Bill feud. My only complaint about this, I would have saved this for the pay per view, or I would have done this here, not in a street fight, but in a regular match, and then I would have done a street fight at the pay per view. I would have done an LA street fight at the pay per view. or like a LA backlot. You know how wrestling street fights are. They come up with some
Yeah.
they come up with some name to kind of silly, to tie to the city. It's gonna be a Philadelphia street fight. It's gonna be a Miracle on 34th Street. But you know how they are. So I
Right.
would have done that. So I would have done that here. Don't like it's gonna be a Hollywood brawl or something. Like that's how I would have done it. But so my only regret is I think this should have been at the pay-per-view. But this is really good. Hobbs and
Yeah.
Big Bill were great. Beat the hell out of each other. I've been enjoying this feud. And get Big Bill away from Chris Jericho, please. Please get Big Bill away from Chris Jericho.
Yeah. I definitely would have had these two do something together at the pay per view. This felt like I didn't have to feel it. It was a blow off match to the feud. And I would have had them go at it at the pay per view instead of here tonight. You could have put Hobbs in there with Brian Keith or whoever. It's just the feud's been so good. I would have had the blow off match. I would have had this street fight at the pay per view. So, all right, let me move. We move into hour two of the show, and I said in the beginning this was a very promo heavy, kind of story driven show. This is very unlike AEW here. We had two back to back promo segments. Our first one was from Tony Storm. So she's the new women's champion, and she won at Grand Slam in a very good match. Finisher after finisher after finisher, but it was a very good match. She stood in the spotlight. She said, Mariah May is exiled from history. Mariah May is no longer here and in my business, and it's time to move on. And she says, to be the best, you've got to beat the best. She plugged a film that she's doing on March 7th, and she calls Chris Statlander, Willow Nightingale, and any other woman in the division. If you want a shot at the women's championship, come and get the best. So I don't know, man. This really did nothing for me. But after that finish on Saturday with the small package, there's no way that we're not running back Mariah May and Tony Storm at Revolution. They've got to do something together at the pay per view.
I think we are. I think it's going to be Mariah and Tony at Revolution. And honestly, that should be the blow off. They should do Mariah and Tony at Revolution, and that should be the blow off. Have Tony win there, and then we circle back around to Jamie Hayter. That's the girl. That's the girl right there. Jamie Hayter has been doing a whole lot of nothing since she's come back. I don't think it's going to take real long to heat her. I don't think it's going to take long to heat her back up and get her ready for a championship feud with Tony Storm. So I would like to see Jamie Hayter in that spot. But this promo was great. This promo was great. Tony Storm said that and said Mariah May should use some better protection because her pack she should use some better protection because her pack because she got absolutely drilled by a large package. Tony Storm and these sexual innuendos are great. They
Yeah.
are great. Uh,
No, she is fantastic, dude. She's the best.
Story, these sexual innuendos are great. But no, I thought it was what it was supposed to be. I expect Mariah May to get her rematch at Revolution, and that should be the blow off. Tony and Mariah should be the blow off, and then you move from Mariah May to Jamie Hayter. That is the girl. That is the girl to take the championship off Tony Storm. And it should not take long to build up Jamie Hayter. It should not take long to rebuild Jamie Hayter at all. Because she's been doing a whole lot of nothing since she's gotten back. And I think that's because they did not want to beat Jamie Hayter. But Jamie Hayter has been back. She's been doing a whole lot of nothing. Get the championship on her, please. Get Jamie Hayter her belt back. It's time to circle back around.
Absolutely, man. I don't even know where she is. Last time I saw her, she beat Julia Hart. So they did a transition here. Oh, before that, I'm sorry, they played a 30-second video package that Gabe Kidd from New Japan Pro Wrestling is going to be on Collision Saturday. So you got that to look forward to. That should be nice. Are you shocked? Did you not see the segment?
I did see that. I'm just happy. My boy Gang Kid coming in. Gang Kid He's a power game. For those of y'all that don't know Gabe Kidd is a hooper. That man is a future league. Put in terms. That man is a future league MVP right there. He been on the rise. Gabe Kidd. That man is a future league MVP right there. That's who he is. He is coming off the match of the year with Kenneth Tyson Smith, my God Omega, at Wrestle Kingdom. And yes, that is his name. I will not call Kenny Omega anything else. I went when you refer to Kenny Omega, you need to refer to him by his full name. That is his full name. If I was on commentary, I'd call him. I don't care. If I was on commentary, I swear to God, I'd call him that. Kenneth Tyson Smith by God Omega. That is his name. Yes, you gotta work everything in there.
Oh
So he's
my
coming off
God.
the match. So he's coming off the match of the year with Kenneth Tyson Smith by God Omega, and now Gabe Kidd is coming to collect. Let's go, man. We got college grad Mortos and Gabe Kidd, man. That's my show right there. Stop playing with me and my show. That's my show right there. Stop playing with me. That's my show. I had
Let's
to get,
go.
I had to get on Mo a few weeks ago because Mo was disrespecting the Beast Mortos. I had to get on his ass. Tell him you ever disrespect Mortos again.
Dude, let me tell you something about him. That man is so good, yet he gets very little TV time. I need to see him more. So
We need to see Mortos more. We need more Mortos.
we do want more Mutos. Um, so we transition from this to a backstage segment where Willow Nightingale is furious at John Moxley, and I'm like, why is she furious at John Moxley of all people? And then Marina Shafir comes in, and this is your Death Riders segment of the night. Marina, Mox, Claudio, and Wheeler Yuta, they all come out. Mox is cutting this promo how um, Cope's not going to make it to Revolution. He's still laying on the mat in Australia. Um, all this stuff. And basically, the match is already confirmed. So we're kind of just killing time here. Um, Jay White comes out, and Pac comes up from behind him. So it's 5-on-1. Then Cope's music plays, and Cope spears Moxley, and the big brawl starts. And it's basically 4-on-2, and the two guys won the brawl. And I was wondering, where's FTR? Where's the Ass Boys? Why aren't the Ass Boys coming out to save their guy Jay White? But regardless, um, the two guys won. Cope said he vows to take down every member of the Death Riders, leaving it going into Revolution, so that Moxley goes into the pay-per-view alone. So I don't know. We'll probably get Cope against somebody next week, and then following the go home show, he'll probably beat up Wheeler Yuta's ass. So I don't know, man. The segment was fine. It didn't really do much for me. Your thoughts, and then we can get into a discussion that I want to talk about. So,
I
quick
thought
thoughts
the
on the segment.
I thought the segment was fine. I thought the segment was fine. I thought the segment was, I thought it was very good times. We had keep the Death Riders shit to one. Keep the Death Riders shit to one segment on the show. That's what they did because that's what they did. The Death Riders have been kept to one segment on the show. It hasn't been terrible. Adam Cole. I'm sorry. I'm not calling him Adam. I'm sorry. I'm calling him Edge. He's Edge. I don't care. His name is Edge. I will call him Edge. I'm sorry. I don't care. His name is Edge. I will call him Edge.
Go
I've been
ahead.
calling him. I've
Go
been
ahead.
calling him Edge for about 20 years. Since I was about 4 or 5 years
Okay.
old, I've been calling him Edge. I will continue to call him Edge. I do not care. So anyway, Edge, 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 was kind of the promo, Edge's promo when he chased Moxley through the crowd or whatever, he was holding Spike, that dumbass board with
Oh,
nails.
that's right. I forgot about that.
But when he was holding Spike, Edge said something. Edge said, "I'm taking out every member of the Death Artist so I get the yell ass, until I get to you, John Moxley at Revolution." Edge, you might want to take out Jay White too, low key. You might want to low key take out Jay White too, because I think Jay White is giving you a blame, brother, buddy. I think Jay White is giving you a blade runner at the pay per view. So, Jay, I would turn on Jay White. I would take out Jay White too. That's just me. Uh, I would take out Jay White too because
I
I do
honestly,
not trust Jay White.
I honestly think that's the best thing they can do at the pay per view is have Jay White turn on Cope, and we get a feud coming out of the pay per view between Jay White and Cope, and that's something that Jay White could absolutely need, because people are on social media. Listen, we're all tired of the Death Riders. I understand. They stink. They stink up the joint every week. But people on social media are saying how Cope is should be the AEW World Champion, and they beat Cope in the Brisbane Brawl to make us believe that hey, maybe Cope's gonna win the world title at the pay per view. Christian Cage cashes in after the match. Sure, that could happen. Here's my theory though. This Death Riders whole thing, every week it's heat, 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 heat. All they do is want these guys to get heat. They're hiding away the world championship. Whoever takes down John Moxley is going to be, it has to be a guy that is going to be the leader of AEW, the face of the company, whether that's Kenny Omega, Will Ospreay, MJF, Swerve, whoever it is. Um, Whoever comes out and they beat Moxley has to be the face of the company and the new leader of the company. And I'm sorry, I love him so much. He's awesome. But at 50 years old, Cope is not going to be the face of AEW. He's just not. So
He
I
shouldn't be the
personally,
face of the. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I personally, I think as much as we don't like it, it's not a prediction. I'm just saying what I think should happen. I think Moxley should go over at the pay per view.
I'll tell you exactly what I think is going to happen. I'll tell you I think exactly what's going to happen at the pay per view. I'll tell you exactly what I think is going to happen. I think Jay White and Christian Cage are going to come to an agreement. They're going to come to some sort of agreement. I think Edge is going to beat Moxley at Revolution for the AW World Title. Jay White is going to lay Colt. Jay White is going to fuck Colt. Man, his name is not Colt. His name is Edge. Fuck Colt. His name he is fuck Colt. He's going to lay Edge out with a Blade Runner, and then Christian's going to come in. That sneaky bastard. He's going to come in. He's going to cash in. He's going to cash in his contract, and there we go. And either either Jay White and Christian come to an agreement, and Jay White give where it's like, all right, I took out Edge, you give me the first title shot, or I think what's more realistic was going to happen. I think Jay White's going to be like, I think Jay White's going to be like, you stole my spotlight, some bullshit like that. But I think I think Edge is eating the blade on that. Right? Jay White, I think, is going to beat the hell out of Edge at Revolution. That's what I think is happening.
I definitely think that a feud between Jay White and Cope Edge that could be cool. I think that could be really good. So I don't know, man. I just think that there's bigger names in this company that should beat Moxley, and I would much rather see a guy like uh, Adam Page or Kenny Omega beat Moxley and win the championship. So I don't know. Cope could do it, but personally, I wouldn't do it. I would not make Cope the person. So we transition from that to Chris Statlander and Megan Bain. And Megan Bain just attacked Statlander last week. So I'm like, okay, maybe they could do this in a couple weeks or whatever. Nope, they did it the week after. Um, I actually thought the match was good. I enjoyed this match. Megan Bain's a good wrestler. Chris Statlander's probably the best women's wrestler consistently that they have on that roster. Um, just this finish was so bad, so bad. So Penelope Ford comes out and the referee has his back turned, of course. And she attacks Stat. It allows Megan Bayne to hit the F5, and Megan Bayne wins. Okay, the match was good. This sucked. So Thunder Rosa comes out, and she confronts Bayne and Penelope Ford with a steel chair. And I don't know what happened. I don't know if Megan Bayne left the ring too late, but Thunder just stood there with the chair up over her head like a dumbass. It looked so choreographed. It looked so horrible. Um, this was not good. This looked very silly. So good match with a poor angle after the match. So um, any thoughts?
The angle was stupid. That wasn't a dumbass angle like the NW. That wasn't a stupid ass angle like the NW. But stop. That angle was stupid as hell. But again, Mega Bane at the Statlander was good. I love Mega Bane is great. Her presentation has been killer so far. And to be honest with you, I'd give Mega Bane the Jay Cargill push. Fuck it. I would give her the Jay Cargill push. Whoever beats Mercedes Monet for the TBS championship, I'd have them get slaughtered by Megan Bane. I'd have them get slaughtered by Megan Bane and give Megan Bane the Jay Cargill push. That's what I do. Give Megan Bailey, and plus also she's a much better wrestler than Jay Cargill too. So, but so I'd have Megan Bain. So I give Megan Bain the Jay Cargill push. But I like this. I like this. I do. But I like this. I do. It was just that angle at the end was fucking terrible. Well, hopefully the feud was good. That angle at the end was fucking. That was awful. Hopefully, hopefully the feud cooks with Bane and Stat. Oh, and
Yeah.
Penelope Ford is Booker T calls her. Penelope Ford is Booker T called it up one time.
Right, right, right. Yeah, the angle was just bad. It was really bad. It was badly executed. I have no idea. It was probably Megan Bain and Penelope's fault. They could probably should have left the ring earlier, but I don't know. Okay, so for all you nerds in the community who say, why is Tony Khan giving Ricochet promo time? It's because he never got promo time in WWE. And this man is giving him the chance to go out there and be him and be a good character in the show. So he comes out and he's going to cut this promo. And my man is wearing the white turtleneck. He's got a silver chain on. Um, he's got the robe on, the uh, the embassy robe, and he looks stylish tonight. So he's talking about the robe and beating Swerve 2 weeks ago. And when he came into AEW, Swerve was the AEW World Champion, and he's proven to be the best. Um, since he came into AEW, he beat Swerve's ass. He beat Will's ass. He beat Darby Allin's ass. He threw Commander in there too. He's saying he beat Commander's ass.
Hey, you damn right. Yeah, you damn right. You damn right. You threw Commander in there. You whooped Commander's ass. Whooped his ass. I love Commander, I do. But he whooped Commander's ass. That was the one name. That was the one name he needed to say. I booed him as soon as he said Commander. I was booed him at home as soon as he said Commander. All the other names, I was like, yeah, he did. I was like, yeah, he did. He said Commander. I said, bitch. Bitch, you tell you something, bro. That's okay though. Commander gonna get his get back. Commander gonna get his get back. It's okay. Commander gonna get his get back. I'm gonna
Sooner,
make sure of it. I'm gonna make sure Commander hologram whoop that ass. I'm gonna make sure of it. Ricochet. Mention that Commander. I booed him when he said Commander myself. Fuck out of here.
sooner rather than later, he's gonna get his revenge on Ricochet. But Ricochet's main concern for 2025 is winning a championship. So I'm like, okay, so maybe we set him up for a championship match at the pay per view. Maybe Daniel Garcia, maybe Okada. He got interrupted by Prince Nana, so I'm like, there goes that. And this was very serious, Prince Nana. And he says, that robe that you have on, that signifies honor and responsibility and excellence. And he says, "You, my friend, you have not earned that." And Ricochet's mocking him, and he's looking at him. Nana looks like he's on the brink of tears. And this was where Ricochet was good. He's like, "You're about to cry. You're getting emotional." He's like, "I'm not giving you this road. I'm not giving you the road back. If you want it, you'll have to take it from me." And then he does his corny laugh. The aha! That was bad. But yeah, I thought this was solid. But I mean, hey, how are we gonna know if Ricochet's good at promos if we don't put him out in the ring and have him cut promos? That's the one thing WWE screwed up on is they never gave him a chance to be a character or show his personality. So this heel personality for Ricochet, it's awesome, and we got to keep giving him opportunities to put him out in the ring with a microphone. We know he's a great wrestler, but the man needs to talk more, and AEW is giving him those opportunities, which is awesome. So I thought this was solid. I'm not gonna say it was great, but it was good. It was a good promo. What do you think, man?
I thought this was good. I thought this was a good segment. The thing that shocked me was Prince Nana coming out because I honestly thought, and I fall for this every time, so I wasn't gonna fall for it this time. This is what shocked me. You know how you have a heel in the ring, they're cutting a promo, whatever, like the guy they're feuding with, and then their theme music hits, and then like they act all shocked, like oh my god, and then they're not, and then like they don't walk out, and then like they use that and make fun of them, like ha 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 ha, I thought this guy was gonna be here. I fall for that every fucking time. So I was convinced because I wasn't gonna fall for it this time. So I fall for that every time, and I was convinced that's what Ricochet was doing here. I thought he was going to cut. I thought he was cutting the. I thought he was. I thought while he was in the middle of cutting the promo, Swerve's music would. And when Swerve's music hit, I thought. I thought the music would play, and I thought Ricochet would be like, "Hi, Swerve isn't here because I took his robe or whatever." Like I thought that was going to be. I thought that was going to be the thing of the future. I thought that's what Swerve was. I thought that's what Ricochet was going to do, but he didn't. So it shocked me when Prince Nana came out. And I thought Ricochet was perfectly fine here. Ricochet, I think in AEW has been a home run. I was wrong about Ricochet coming into AEW because I was fully convinced. Not that I'm not a Ricochet fan or that I don't see his talent because obviously the guy's talented as hell. I just at the time when he left WWE, everybody's like he's going to AEW. I really didn't think Ricochet would do much better in AEW than he was doing in WWE. Because in WWE he was like a mid to lower mid card guy doing much of nothing. I thought he was going to be the same way in AEW where he's a mid to lower card guy doing much of nothing. I was wrong. I was completely wrong on Ricochet. I was completely wrong. So AEW Ricochet's been a home run in AEW. I think he's going to be one of their top stars going forward, even if he's not one of their top stars, I think he's going to be a consistent. He's going to be in the rotation. He's going to be getting rotational minutes. That's what he's going to be. He's going to be getting rotational minutes. It's like when an NBA player go from like one team to another. And you're like, damn, man, why he do that? Well, I see why. He in the rotation. Ricochet going to be getting rotational minutes, rotational quality minutes. That's what Ricochet is going to be getting. So yeah, but no, him in AEW is shocking me so far. I think he's done. I think it's fair to say he's done more in 6 months in AEW than he's done in WWE. Than he did
Right,
in 5 years in WWE.
right. Seriously. So and good for him too. They put him in a big main event level feud with a former world champion in Swerve Strickland, and he's crushing it. He's absolutely crushing it. And for the people mocking of, oh, they're fighting over a robe. These guys are feuding over a robe. Guess what, man? Solo Sikoa and Roman Reigns were fighting over a necklace
The
for 5
Ula
months.
Fall.
The
Oh my
Ula
God.
Fala.
Oh my God, that dumbass will follow so. Oh my God. Yeah, Solos Cole walking around with a thing. Solos Cole, Solos Cole pissing me off. That dude's, I'm tired of duplicating Solos Cole. That nigga suck. I told people he sucked. I told people Solos Cole was terrible. Yeah, I got clowned on more. I got told I was yapping. Now that Solos Cole don't have the damn rule of follow no more. Everybody was like, well, Solo wasn't really the guy. I told you, dumbass, Solos Cole wasn't good. I told you. Told you that nigga was ass. I told you. And
Uh,
that straighten out the joint. Just pisses me off.
he's just
Well, what? I told you Solo's Cole won't no damn good.
can't believe we got into talking about Solo Sikoa, but that man is just not a good wrestler. He's just
Oh,
he's just not good, dude.
let's move on.
Let's move on. Let's move on before we get into this. The main event: Roderick Strong versus Orange Cassidy. And I'm sorry, I think Roddy's really good. I think Orange Cassidy's awesome. I couldn't possibly care about this match.
Really
Why?
shit.
Because of these dumbass international series that they got going on for the next 2 weeks. Why they just couldn't announce Kenny Omega and Takeshita, I don't know. But Cassidy hasn't been on TV since the beginning of the year. Roderick Strong hasn't won a singles match in, God, I don't even know how long. Like November probably with the MJF build. But this just makes no sense between that and then the winner got an international title match next week, and in the middle of that, the winner of that gets to wrestle Kenny Omega. The winner of the, I don't know, dude. It's so confusing. It's so convoluted. Just make it simple, and they're not making it simple. But I don't know. I guess the match was okay. Cassidy won. The Don Callis family, Takeshita, Mark Davis, Callis came out. They beat up Orange Cassidy. Kenny Omega came out. Omega and Cassidy wiped out the heels. And then Omega and Cassidy went face to face to end off the show with Omega holding up the international championship. So I don't know, man. I don't know why they couldn't just announce Omega versus Takeshita. I couldn't possibly care about this main event.
I don't. I love Orange Cassidy. I love Roger Strong. I don't. I did not care about this match. This match should have. This match should have opened the show. To be quite honest with you, or you could have had this. You could have had this match right after the Hangman MJF stuff. I can be perfectly honest with you. Yeah, I think Big Bill and Powerhouse Hobbs should have been the main event. And also, I don't like the International Championship Series they're doing either. What I would have done, to be quite honest with you, what I would have done, to be honest with you, is you have Don Callis, you have Grand Slam, whatever. Like you have Don Callis got like a promo on like social media, or they air the promo on like social media or whatever. And you have Don Callis and you have Don Callis tell Kenny Omega, no, you're not facing Konosuke Takeshita. Or you know what? You want to match with Takeshita? I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. Takeshita will gladly defend his championship against you at Revolution. But you got to beat other eight. But you got to beat other international champions. You got to beat people who have held the international championship before. You got Roger Strong on Wednesday. Good luck. And then after that, you got Orange Cassidy on Wednesday. Good luck. If any of those men beat you, Takeshi will give them another shot. Takeshi already beat you. Takeshi already beat you. Takeshi already beat you for that title. We've been there, done that, right? That's what
Right.
I would have done. Takeshi already beat you for that title. Not for the title. Takeshi beat Omega, right? He beat him at All Out, right?
Um.
I think.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
2023. Yes.
Yeah. He beat him at all else. I would have had Don Callis go. We've been there, done that. We've been there, done that. We beat you at all up 2 years ago. We don't need this match. You need us. So you want to face Takeshita so you want to face Takeshita at Revolution? You got face two other international champions. You got Roddy on Wednesday. Good luck. If you beat Roddy, you got Orange Cassidy. Good luck. That's what I would have done. That's what I would have done.
Uh,
But
that is way more simpler than what they were doing with this whole series. Now Takeshita has to defend his title next week against Orange Cassidy, which should be a really good match. I'm not saying anything bad about the match. That should be really good. But then the winner of that gets to go defend their championship against Kenny Omega. It's just ass backwards, man. It's
I
just ass
agree.
backwards.
I agree. It is ass backwards. I agree. It really is ass backwards. But that's what the fuck they're doing. That's what the fuck they're doing. I think it would have just been so much easier if they would have just done it that way. But overall, I thought this was a. But that's what they're doing. So I can't.
Yeah. Despite that, though, I thought it was a good show, man. I
Yeah,
enjoyed
I
it.
did too. I did too. Despite that, I thought it was a good show. I did too. Despite that, I thought it was a good show. Again, AW continues their run of really, really hot, really, really good shows. Hopefully they can continue. Hopefully they can continue this. I am a realist, so I'm not expecting every episode of AEW Dynamite to be an exciting episode or a good episode. I am a realist. I know I am a realist. I know that you are going to have some episodes every now and then that are just filler or don't really happen. So I know you're going to have some episodes every now and then that or just it's a filler show where nothing really happens, or nothing's really happening. Like I know you're gonna have some episodes like that. Again, I'm realistic, so I know you're gonna have some episodes like that. But but again, if we can keep up these strong suit of shows going in this year throughout the entire year, I think it would be great. I think it'd be greatly appreciated. I think it'd be greatly appreciated because these shows have been really good. These shows have been really good. So
Oh, yeah, man. And this show wasn't exciting by any means. I mean,
okay.
it was, there was some good promos in there. There were some good matches, but it wasn't like anything was terrible. I didn't feel like my intelligence got insulted while I was watching the show at all. But like I was like a month ago. But
All right.
we're in the step of the right direction here, and I love it. So, well, that's all we got for tonight. That is your AEW review podcast here on the Big Fight Field channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe, comment down below. Um, and man, I will be at SmackDown in a couple weeks. Did you see my thing a couple days ago with the
All right. Good.
WWE ticket prices?
Bro,
Dude,
these WWE ticket prices are ridiculous, bro. Look, bro. For WWE, I wanted to go to your show. I wanted to go to Ron's show, but I wasn't paying $100 to watch the show with Eddie Guerrero. I wasn't paying $100 to watch the show with Eddie Guerrero then to watch the show all the way up there with Eddie Guerrero, bro. I was not doing that. So I passed on that. But please, WWE. This goes for WWE. This goes for WWE. This goes for concert musical artists as well. Y'all know, y'all know y'all know prices are skyrocketing right now. You got people struggling going. You got people struggling. You got people living paycheck to paycheck. Please lower your fucking ticket prices. Please. Oh, God, lower your fucking ticket prices, please. Tired of these high ass shits, bruh. I ain't been to a Raw in about 2 years. It's not because I don't want to go. It's because I can't afford the fucking tickets. Jesus.
brother, I paid $160 a ticket for SmackDown in a couple weeks.
That's ridiculous. You a better man than me.
Oh, dude. So yeah, I'll be there in a couple weeks. So subscribe, comment, like. Cam, where can they follow you on social media, man?
Okay, this is important. This is important. Follow me on Twitter at Cam71101. Also subscribe to Rated M Wrestling on YouTube. You can catch me there. It gets me pretty much. Yeah, I'm on there every day, damn it. Mo gonna pay me my. He gonna pay me my. Mo gonna pay me my royalties. I'm basically the face of that damn channel on there Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Then I gotta come. I watch SmackDown from Mo. I watch Raw for SmackDown from Mo. I put myself through Solo Sokoa from Mo, and I put myself through Lexus King and Ridge Holland from Mo. He gonna fuck. I'm talking to him when we get up out of here. He gonna pay me over, which is damn. They got me doing this shit for him. But nah, on a serious note, you can catch me on there pretty much every day doing watch alongs. Thursday is where we do. Thursday is where we do the main podcast. So tune into the podcast tomorrow, and then next week, I can't say too much about next week, but next week we are going to have a special guest. And all I can say about our guest is, or about our potential guest is, because again, we got to work around his schedule. So all I can say about our potential guest is, if you guys are a fan of the Pick a Side podcast on YouTube, one of those names is coming on the show. So that's all I got to say.
Oh shit. Oh shit. It's about to go down. You guys better subscribe to that. So, all right. I'm gonna get out of here, and I'll see you. We'll see you guys next week. Have a good night. Stay safe, and as always, stay classy. We're out. Peace.
Peace.